Okay, so this is our final meeting of the semester before the final exam. And so there's a couple of things that I want to make sure that we've got covered. One of which is the final exam is going to be, I've decided that's going to be on Thursday at 8 o'clock. Okay. Um, and that will be open throughout Thursday, but it will begin at 8 o'clock. And mainly, I want everyone to start at 8 o'clock just because we have to do the course feedback first. And before we do the course feedback, I also want to make sure that everybody's done their chapter exams, their like module exams, because once you've done the final exam and the feedback, you can't go back and do the chapter exams, the module exams. So you've got 5 tries to do the module exams to get a good score. So please do those. And those are also good preparation for the final exam. So those have to be done before the final exam, which is going to be Thursday morning.
Is that Thursday the 28th or Thursday the 21st?
Thursday the 20, oh, Thursday the 20, wait a second.
So I
Thursday,
see it says the 28th on
no, it's Thursday the
Canvas.
28th, yeah, the 28th.
Okay, okay. Oof,
Yeah, no,
relief.
the finals week is the 25th through the yada yada. So,
Okay.
I mean, everybody's got a whole nother week to get stuff done. But, you know, there is going to be a point when it's like there's no turning back. And we haven't really hit that yet. You can still, you know, if you do enough work to get a C, you can pass this class, which is the objective. This is the last one. You've already been through 1 and 2. You know, you don't want to have to start all over again, or wait a year and a half for Cisco 3 to come around again. So, so yeah, so the 28th is going to be the final exam day. Also, if we look on, did everybody like my Yoda, by the way?
Yeah, yeah, so I'm
Because trying just doesn't seem to work. So let's see, for something else that I wanted to show you guys is that the hands-on skills exam. So we have a hands-on skills exam, and it looks a lot better than the previous one. Look at that. That's not bad. That doesn't look anywhere like Bob's hands-on skills exam. And basically you're just doing the things to those routers, and you're going to create a PKT file. So you're going to have to pick out the correct routers and switches by the list over here, right?
okay.
And so it tells you right here which routers and switches to use, right? You're going to set up 2 PCs and make sure that you've got TerraTerm on them, or PuTTY, or whatever is available. And you're just going to, you know, set up some of the things that we've done this semester. So, and make sure that you save often, right? I would strongly suggest that after each step, maybe you save it as a different name, and then you could submit that as step 1, step 2, step 3. That just makes it a little bit easier. On the bottom where it says instructor sign off and the total points, that's for me to fill out, so that I, you know, once I've looked at your PKT file, I can see that you've done the things. So, I mean, you're setting up OSPF, you know, you're, you know, doing a couple of ACLs and NAT, doing a backup onto a TFTP server, which would be your one of your PCs that you're setting it up as. And to make it even easier and even more reasonable, oh, come on. Where is it? That's what I want. There's a walkthrough right here
Oh my God.
with Christian. So Christian will give you a step-by-step, hold your hand, walk through
CCNI version 7.
for the whole thing. Granted, he speaks with a heavy Spanish accent, but who cares? It doesn't matter. Whoops. Uh-oh. It doesn't matter because he's still doing the things, right? So this, and it's an hour and 10 minutes. You can watch him do the thing, pause it, do the thing yourself, and just get it done, right?
That man has saved me so many times.
I know,
I'm
he's
so
wonderful.
grateful.
He's wonderful. He's absolutely wonderful. And so I don't have a problem with him. Normally I don't post him with the hands-on skills exam at the end, but I figure everybody's going to use it anyway, which is the main reason why I like to use Bob's hands-on skills final, because Christian doesn't have Bob's hands-on skills final, right? But I think even with the CCNA exam, the amount that they ask you to configure is not so much. I mean, it's more, how things work than it is all of, oh, and TeacherCAD, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's additional help. I don't have a problem with that. I was kind of apprehensive about posting this video in Cisco Netacad because I don't think that they're too fond of what he does. But I don't care. I just want you guys to get things done and to move forward, because you guys all know enough to be able to make it if you've got a job doing some things. So at this point, it's just a matter of, getting stuff done. So anyway, so this is due 5/29. So this is after all of your finals, right? This is due Friday night. I would prefer that nobody wait until then. But some of you who have other work that you need to catch up on may end up waiting, until you've got all that stuff done first. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, as far as the bridging, once again, as far as the bridging course goes, which was the little additional stuff that you need to know to take the CCNA exam. I would strongly suggest that you make sure that you understand and that you've done all that stuff, especially when it comes to, it looks like a whole bunch of people have actually done a lot of the work, which is great, but especially the working with wireless LAN controllers, because that is something that we're not familiar with. And so these things that are optional, like working with wireless LAN controllers, that's good stuff. Configuring WPA2 on a wireless LAN controller, that's stuff that you don't have a lot of experience with doing just by setting up your own wireless access point at home. I mean, I figured you guys all know how to set up a wireless access point at home, but you don't have a lot of experience with your wireless LAN controllers, which is very important and will be on your CERT test. So I did make sure that you've got a basic wireless LAN controller, configuring a basic wireless LAN on a wireless LAN controller, so that one is not optional. That one, you just dive in and get that one done. And of course, check your understanding activities. And security is, I'm not gonna make security optional, because security is not optional ever. So and then once, if so, these three are totally not necessary, right? So don't, you can do those if you want to. It's a good idea, but it's optional if you've, yeah. So let's see, what else? Let's go back to the main class, which is there. You'd use the extra 200 points. Okay.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, it's funny because normally the only people who ever do extra credit are the ones that are already getting an A. I don't know why we do that, but that seems to be the thing, is whenever I offer extra credit, the only people that usually do it is, is people that are getting an A or people who are doing really well. I know I always used to do extra credit just as sort of a insurance policy on bombing a test, give me a little bit of buffer zone there. But with your module exams, you've got more than one, you've got 5 tries. And in all honesty, if anybody totally bombs the final exam, I might let them take it again. Just because I know that there's a lot of people who are trying. It's going to be on a case-by-case basis. It's not going to be a, yeah. This has been really difficult for me because I'm not used to so many concessions. And I'm, even though I like to pretend to be a hard nose, I think most of you guys know that I'm not. Right? So, but it's like,
Yeah.
in the real world, you've got a task to do and you need to get it done. But this is definitely this semester and the campfire, and my gosh. Oh, and then the PG&E
power shutoffs.
PG&E power shutoffs. Yeah. So like all of those things have made my teaching, way more fluid than I prefer. I like things very structured. I need things very structured. In all honesty, I really freaked out the first couple of weeks of this online thing, because I was like, it's 8 o'clock. Is everybody here? What do I do when people aren't here? How do I, so yeah, I need that structure. And I know that, as far as getting things done, if I take the time that was allotted for the class, for a specific task. So for example, we do the lectures on Tuesdays, right? And then Thursday, we would normally have class, but that's lab time. But if I take that lab time and I force myself to use it as lab time, then everything gets done, but it's just a matter of, distractions and stuff. Anyway, today's my daughter's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to her.
She turned 30.
Oof, oof.
I'm so old. Oh, she turned 30. I'm just, oh, it's like, wow. Wow. Boy, don't blink, man. Time moves really quick. Um, anyway, so for you guys that are doing really great in this, keep up the good work, and you'll do just fine. You are obviously setting yourselves up for a career that is going to keep you employed under all kinds of circumstances, provided nobody, sets off an EMP and then we're all screwed.
Aliens next fall.
Yeah,
They're
well,
coming.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I have.
And then the earthquakes. Then it's gonna be fun.
Well, that's why we like wireless. you know?
Except for the power grid being down.
Yeah. Well, solar. More reason to go solar. Yeah.
Gerbil power.
Yeah, I think there's this thing where crisis also equals opportunity, right? Like when there's a crisis, all of a sudden, it's not just, oh my gosh, it's awful. It's an opportunity to either change your path or force yourself to jump over those hurdles, because life is full of all of these hurdles. Take that that's my old lady wisdom. It's full of all kinds of hurdles, and my gosh, I mean, it's not easy. Anybody who says life is easy is full of BS. The best way of building character is to just take what you get and make the best of it and move forward. And yeah, sorry, I know this isn't a psychology class or a therapy class. It's just some parting words of wisdom. Does anybody have any questions about the final or about anything?
I think everything's pretty clear.
Okay. Is there anything that maybe somebody who hasn't been attending, I have not made clear, some of the requirements or when the final exam is and all that other stuff? Is there anything that's still fuzzy from a perspective of someone who's been missing some classes or missing some of our meetings? Should
I
I?
think they'd probably want to know that the practical final packet tracer has changed. Maybe some
Yeah.
people still think we're doing the old one.
Yeah, I think I already sent out a message to everyone on that one. And actually B, he was disappointed because I guess he was halfway through with the old one. I'm like, you can do the old one and you'll get all the credit for it. Honestly, that don't throw it out. If you're already doing the old one, then, and that's what you want. And he's like, yeah, I want to continue doing that. And it's like, oh, great. That's wonderful. Yeah. That's what, 250 points. But
So he'll be good then.
oh yeah, there's not a problem there. 356. No, 356 points. Oh gee. Okay. Anyway, but that's a lot of work. You could easily get 356 points just by doing three and a half packet tracers, normal packet tracers, right? So yeah, you might want to weigh that out. Okay. How's everybody doing okay? You guys doing all right?
Yep, I'm gonna go head over to my parents' house today and do laundry there because it's free for me, and go bust out all the rest of Cisco.
Thank you. Wonderful. That's great. You like your new place?
Yeah, I'm living in the same layout as my last apartment. I'm just on the opposite side, so I'm really thrown off by everything. I'll go to reach for where one light switch was, but it's on the other side now. Oh, damn it.
Oh,
I
that's
keep and I
funny.
keep doing it, and I think I would learn.
That's funny. So it's like a tract apartment kind of a thing. Like, I guess there's
Yeah, it's just like I was
plans
on like
for,
the left-hand side before, and now I'm on the right-hand side.
oh, that's funny.
So, yeah,
Yeah, that's neat. Um,
I've just been working a lot more. Like I've been working like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. almost every day,
oh gosh.
which
Well,
is it's all right.
tell your dad not to work you so hard.
I do it by choice. I got stuff I'm working on.
Oh, okay. Well, um, I guess, I guess I think I've said everything that I need to say. Do you guys have any? Oh, another thing I was thinking about is in this last week, if by chance one of the people that's behind, I'm going to propose to them that maybe I could team them up with somebody who is not behind as a buddy, a motivator. Um, I don't know if either of you guys would be interested in doing that. I was kind of hoping that we'd have more people show up today. Not that I don't love you guys, but I was kind of hoping that we'd have some more people so I could kind of figure out whether or not we could get some sort of a team thing going on, or if it's just too late for that. Hmm,
I'll go make sure Greg's got his stuff
a
done.
team thing. I wonder if for next semester, if I should partner people up as buddies. Not necessarily group work because we know that doesn't work,
Hmm.
but just sort of to keep, sometimes it helps if you've got somebody poking you.
Hmm. Or give them like just like a project, like a two-person assignment
Yeah.
that
I'm
they have to do. It's like, oh, I gotta keep. I have to talk to this person.
Doug's
Doug,
like,
no.
no. You're so social. Well, my
Hey, he's straightforward.
I know, I love it. Well, I mean, that's most of us are like that though, right? Absolutely. Um, my biggest concern is next semester I've got my first Cisco class and they're going to be doing subnetting. And so I know a lot of us work best alone. So because they're going to be doing subnetting, I think, I don't know how well that's going to come over or come through. So I don't know if any of you guys want to be available to help some of the Cisco One people next semester through the Discord server, or maybe, I don't
Yeah,
know.
point him to the Discord and have him post because I'm so going to be on that.
Okay.
You got to get him to you just got to get him to ask it because people aren't asking questions on there.
I know, and nobody asks for help. And that's so frustrating because I want to help. And I mean, I can't help if nobody, if, I don't want next semester to end up, the last week I'm begging people to please just do enough to get a C so that you don't have to repeat the class. I just, and it's like I said, there's multiple students that are in that position. um, Obviously neither of you two are, but there are multiple students that are in that position, and I want to somehow make an environment where this doesn't happen again. I mean, I'm accustomed to one or two dropping out. Um, Usually not on, or bombing on like the first class of a 3-part series. Like they get halfway through, or they get a couple of weeks in, and they're like, oh. this isn't what I thought it was going to be. I'm not interested. But the last class of a 3-part series, usually everybody is on board, and they've already invested enough to, to complete it. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, a lot of this is just me talking out loud, trying to work things out in my own head, because Dennis is of no help whatsoever. My husband just basically says, well, if they don't do the work, then they just fail. And it's like, well,
He's not wrong.
I know, but I mean, if I can prevent someone, if just by motivating someone, I can prevent them from having to take this course again in a year and a half when it's offered again, right?
Mhm.
A year and a half is a long way away, and nobody wants to have to do that. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna call this good. I'm gonna end the recording. Don't know if maybe I should have been recording after all that sort of verbal pukage.